Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market and let you guys know that everybody's up there at the top of Bitcoin, up there by my box. You can see right up here. They're up there by my box, waiting for it to drop like a rock, right? Don't think so, guys. I don't think it's not yet. I think it's still actually got a little bit of time. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here. I have it on this line chart, just kind of what's going on. So you get a massive amount of divergence right there. Okay, on Bitcoin. Third wave peak. The highest peak on the RSI is the highest peak on your third wave. However, every wave has its own wave, also known as a fractal. So if you have a third wave, that third wave has 5 waves. So that means that third wave will have what? Divergence. So I'm thinking that Bitcoin is still in the third wave. It's in the fifth of the third waves because there's the end of the third wave right there, back down for a fourth, and it's finishing off its fifth ever so slow. You can see this movement here that I'm starting to look at this going, okay, boom, 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 and then up for the third, back down for it, and then finish off the fifth, just like that, guys. Okay, that's what I'm checking out. And then more than likely with it back here, I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. Like, I know some of you think I'm crazy. Like, Greg, how can it keep going up? It's so high in the RSI. Sometimes when they get up high in the RSI, they can stay high in the RSI like that, guys. Go check out the DXY when it was doing its moonshot. You know, it's done a massive correction, but go look at the DXY. The DXY was all the way up there for like months, like this, and just come back down, back up, back down, back up, back down, back up, all the way up there for months, guys, when it was running really, really hot. So you have that shot. That's probably the fifth wave. My guess now is that that's a fifth wave of the third wave. Okay. With a wave this size, you should have divergence. And the issue is right here is that, boom, you should have something like, a divergence thing in the RSI down here, which I think is going to be making up. It's telling you it's very slow. It slowed up a lot of momentum. Okay. Massive amount of momentum. And it slowed up a lot of momentum, just struggling to make it up there, complete it. Now, the issue is whether you're a bull, I guess it's not an issue because it keep going up. This could be 1, 2. This whole thing could be the 3, back down again, okay, and then back up, okay? So you still have a couple back there behind it. So I don't think there's going to be a downturn anytime soon for Bitcoin. Actually, could probably be up there for a few more days, technically. It really could, guys. So, and that's why you have other coins that are doing some moonshots, kind of like guy on Twitter, Big Daddy Crypto, told me on Twitter about Engine Coin. And you can see Engine Coin. I'll show you the example right here, this line chart with Engine Coin. Okay, so you go right here. Here's the third wave peak on this 8-hour. And there's a fifth wave, right? And you can see how it came down. It came down, like in that spot right there. That's kind of like where Bitcoin is probably, like in this area, like there, smaller version of that. Let me go to a 4-hour and take a look at that. Right in this area is your third wave peak, and then up for the fifth, and then back down. You see how it kind of went up? Just like kind of like Bitcoin's doing. And you can see in the RSI it went down. But then it finally did a thrust. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm expecting there with that. And then 2, I want to go over MicroStrategy, a Bitcoin proxy, one of the largest Bitcoin holders, and determine if this had a bottom. And it's looking like you have a good shot that MicroStrategy has done a bottom. Okay. So the other thing to be aware of is that, Bitcoin went up massively into a wave, and it looks like MicroStrategy is going up massively into a wave, pretty massively. Let's say you bought in that area. It's already up what? Let's see, 76%, a 76% run on MicroStrategy, guys. MicroStrategy, when it moves. Like this asset, this really moves like it did over here. Like MicroStrategy came down bottom and went come over here in June of 22, and it went from $149 up to $346 in a matter of a month. Yeah, June to August. So you have a good shot. And with these fib numbers, I got on log, I got 2.618, beyond 2.618 on linear, and on logarithmic, it's hit 2.27 already target. So more than likely, this is a third wave right here, guys. And if that's a third wave with MicroStrategy, then say a fourth, and then it'll probably go to a fifth. It's probably going to hit 2.618. If that's the end of the third wave, it'll hit 2.618 or in that area, between the 2.27 and 2.618 on that fifth wave, because that fifth wave will be about the same size as this first wave right here. Wherever that fourth wave corrects, will go up to that fifth. And then with MicroStrategy, let's take that. I'm going to take this whole thing off, and that whole thing would be your wave one. That would be your wave one, and then it'll be coming back down for a two, and MicroStrategy get off. Okay. So what I'm saying here with MicroStrategy is now MicroStrategy is in what? It'll be in a fourth wave. But to see the second wave down here from 4 January to 6, so just 2 days. So it might be in there for a little bit. The fourth waves can take twice as long, so like 4 or 5 days, maybe even 6 days. And it finally gets down to fourth wave, and then boom, right? And so now with MicroStrategy, you got the completion of the first wave, and then be coming down for this second wave, okay? And let's go over to Bitcoin. Let's go over to Bitcoin. Right over here, guys. So Bitcoin could have been in the third wave. Maybe it needs to come back down, okay? Down for another fourth wave from this second wave over here, and then back up like so to complete this portion of the wave, okay? Just not going to know yet, but I do think this is the fifth wave of this third wave right here, okay? That's what I think that it is right now. Hey, until it proves me wrong and it starts doing something different, that's all that I can go with was the data that I have right now. So back up in that fifth wave, do another fourth wave. It might even come back down to, say, 20,300, even hit down into 19, and then thrust back up into that wave. Kind of like over here with what MicroStrategy is doing, up in this way, back down and thrust up. And then what is MicroStrategy going to do? Similar in this nature, start doing a massive correction, just like so, probably all the way back down to these areas, 171, something like that. It would be my initial guess right now. We're just not going to know. I'm just making a guess. It's not numbers. It's not numbers. It's just a guess right now. I gave you an idea. And then Bitcoin over here will be in another correction. So you can see how Bitcoin could probably be up here for a little while till it gets into some bigger correction, depending on what this is over here. Okay, guys? Like I said in previous videos, we don't know if this is the count yet. Okay, 4 and then 5. We don't know. Okay, it's just a guess. It's just a guess. Realize that. It's only a guess right now, okay? It could be, this is an A, this is a B, and this is going to be a C. It could be that, but the data is pointing more towards that it is not that. That over here was a potential bottom, okay? And the reason I say that is because of this, of MicroStrategy, and also the potential with Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is going up. And you can see here in the RSI, okay, I'm using the RSI data. This is a 4-hour chart on a wave this big, okay, a wave this big. You should already have divergence on the 4-hour chart, and you don't yet. So there's this fourth wave, or third wave, excuse me, back down, and it's probably going to do another thrust. And if GBTC comes back down, tests that, right, say in a fourth wave, and it gets above these areas over here, okay, you can pretty much be pretty sure that the correction for GBTC is probably over, okay? So the odds are really, when it comes to being bullish or bearish on this asset, the odds are in my favor that it's attempting to go bullish just because it's been in a correction since February 21, 2 years, and it's at the bottom. It's dropped, I think, 86% or something like that. So really, the odds are, based on my analysis, the odds are in my favor that it's attempting to go bullish, okay? Are there probabilities it could be bearish still? Hey, sure. There could be. I personally, I don't think so, guys. I think it's attempting to go bullish, okay? Ethereum, I think, is in the same position. I was going over Ethereum a little bit, and you can see same type pattern, same deal as Bitcoin. Right? A third wave peak right there. This is a 4-hour chart. Back down, massive amount of divergence. Okay, come up to complete this fifth wave. and it'll probably do something similar. Could be a pretty good dump. Who knows? Ethereum's a little bit, could dump a lot more and then maybe pop up for another fifth wave. So on Engine Coin, let's go back to Engine Coin. I'll show you. Like Engine Coin did a thrust. So Big Daddy Crypto saw this and he made me aware of it. He probably did a trade or something like that because that guy was a boss on some trades recently. 150% in price on a trade, in price. So that means if it was 2x leverage, it's 300. If it's 10x leverage, it was 1,500%. I don't know what kind of leverage you use where you got the coins, but either way, 150% in price, guys. That's a lot in a day. Or no, wait, a week. Excuse me, a week. So we're back over here with Engine Coin, okay, on this chart. And you got a bunch of waves in here, right? And going through this and counting it is, is this 1, 2, is that 3, 4, 5, 4, it's very difficult to suss this out, okay? But what you can do is once it has this wave, is you can go over to the RSI, okay? The higher the time frame, usually the little bit better. You can see on the 8-hour, it's still right there, okay? So I'm going to go back to the 4-hour and check that out, okay? 4 hours. So the highest peak is right there, okay? That's the highest peak. That's your wave with the most momentum right there. So that's a third wave of the third. Usually right here with the highest peak is the third of the third. So it comes back down for a fourth, and that's a fifth or a fifth of a third, okay? So then this whole thing is a third wave. It came back down, and then it's completing possibly a fifth wave to give yourself that divergence. Now back over here, what it's doing. Bitcoin and Ethereum are probably in some area like this. It's just Engine Coin has ripped off its wave before. They don't do it all at the same time, okay? They don't do it all at the same time. I think that's a given, and I think most of y'all would understand that. But here you coming down in the RSI, just like it did up there, and it was able to do that thrust. Nice little thrust too of 12% more or less with the Engine Coin, guys. So I'm looking at the markets right now, and we're back into the boring phase. It's not going up or down or doing too much. And the other coin I wanted to go over too. Hold on, I was going over Gala. I don't think Gala is done yet. I think you're still going to be a little bit early if you go into some trades with Gala. I know some people are looking for the short setup on this asset. So you go here with Gala with the third, right? Here's a third. See, the problem is that with Gala, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the way I'm looking at Gala, if this is the third wave, you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got another one back here. So this is how I'm looking at Gala, guys. This is why. Now, don't get me wrong. I could be wrong, guys. It's all about probabilities and possibilities. Gala could do this. Okay. Gala, you're over here with Gala, right? And everybody wants to, because it's blasted up. Gala has blasted up 252%. So at some point, it's going to do a correction. And everybody's piling in. Capo, the Godfather guy is telling everybody, look, guys, it's still a bear market. And I'm loading up because it's going to do that, right? Capo likes to draw pictures, just like that. Okay. Get everybody all pumped up. And you draw pictures like that, right? Look. It's all an emotional thing, guys. It's all an emotional thing. You want to kind of avoid those pictures or tune out those pictures, okay? So here's the thing. Here's the reason why. Like, if you go like this and you're this like type guy, right, on Twitter, and then you go and like, this is what I'm doing, and it's going to go like this, and they draw pictures like that, right? So people get emotional, like, oh my gosh, look at that. I can get into a short and look at all the gains I can make, right? So that's the reason why it's an emotional type thing to stir emotions, get people to follow them on Twitter and go, look at me. And if it does work out, then of course, more and more come flocking back and going, yeah, give us another one, right? So you see how that works, guys. Anyhow, back over here to Gala. I digress a little bit. You could see Gala doing the same thing as Bitcoin, third wave peak. And more than likely, this is some sort of fifth wave. So over here with Gala, I would say you got a 1, 2, here's a 3, 4, and it went up 4, 5. You see? But you got another one back there potentially. That's the issue. That's why it's not dumping. So you got another one back here. So start this wave 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up into my box, 5. And then you'll have a beautiful, you should be able to see that. So it should have something down here with Gala and maybe a better little thrust. And the higher this goes, the better. Thrust up, but you don't want it to break that right over there, okay? And then you patiently wait for that, okay? Because now what do you have up top? You got that line right up there, and boom. Just like so, guys. That's what I'd be kind of paying attention to, too. Now, the other thing is, too, you got to be aware of is it could have gone extremely bullish, okay? It could be like extremely bullish, and it could actually just go back up and just do a small correction, basically, let's say to the trend line, just as an example, and it just continues to go. And it just does a little bit more and just keeps on going like that. You have to be aware of something like that, guys. It could do that. The asset could be bullish, and it could stay in this area for a while, back down, up, right? Makes another wave, comes back down, corrects it, it actually, what it can do too, sometimes when they're bullish, just to let you guys know, is it can do a correction. Let's say it does a correction like this. And then what it does, it goes back up, right? And it comes all the way back down here, you know, basically resetting itself, giving it what? Hidden bearish divergence. And then what can happen with it is it just can move off out of there again, okay? That's why this price action, you got to pay attention to the RSI too, guys. So I still don't think Gala is ready yet. I don't. I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong. I'm not putting anything into this yet. I'm going to wait for this thing to get up to my box. 6 cents. 6 cents. I still think it's going to be able to do that. So now you guys see my position on Bitcoin. And I hope that is clear to make you guys understand why I still think Bitcoin has the potential to go up. What could do a little correction down in here, come back down to like maybe 20 and do a little thrust up or down and then go back up? It definitely could, guys. But I think it's going to get up there somewhere near that 22K. And the other reason I say that is that, you know, Ethereum is doing kind of the same thing. It's looking like one last little thrust up over here, showing you the evidence off of Gala, off of Engine Coin, and also with MicroStrategy up, and it's going to start doing a correction. You go look at the traditionals too. S&P 500 looks like it could do a little bit more, and then the S&P will start coming down possibly, and maybe that's when these assets will start doing their correction, okay? So the S&P 500, you know, everybody's expecting it to go into a third wave dump, and maybe it will, but some of these assets like Bitcoin, guys, you take a look at this, Bitcoin's got a lot of space now, has a lot of space now. You know, it could come all the way, Bitcoin could come all the way to 18,195 and still be bullish. Easy right there. So Bitcoin can dump, let's say it gets to the box, and Bitcoin can dump 15% and still be in a nice bullish sequence, guys. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.